dig down, and stay together. Always stay together.
We're 2-0, let's go!
I love that you boys have my back. Today isn't going to cut it for next week. We're facing a much tougher team. Come Monday, we have to bring the energy.
Hey, defensive guys, if you took 1 snap or 90 snaps, you can be a little satisfied tonight. You just beat a state semifinalist. You shut out a state semifinalist. All right? That's a hell of a job. I'm a little biased because I'm the defensive guy, but I'll tell you, good teams have good offenses. Great teams have great defenses. We weren't perfect. We got a lot to work on, but that's one hell of an effort tonight. Good job.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm here with AJ Chisholm. So after this big win, second big win in a row, so tell us a little about that punt return.
Yeah, so last week I had one and I tripped. I thought I was gonna return it, but I didn't. So I was looking for revenge this week on the punt, and I got the ball. I saw an opening, so I just ran as fast as I could through the holes.
Well, looks like you redeemed yourself. Congrats on the big win.
Thank you.
I'm back here with Coach Turner after a big win tonight. So, Coach, what are your thoughts on the game?
Good, solid win. I think that team's a lot better than I knew. They were big and physical up front, and they certainly were. We left some points out there. We can definitely be better, but it was good to kind of, again, grind out a win in here, and it'd be nice to just put somebody away, late in the game so we can get some of the young guys in, but we'll take the W.
Happy to hear. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I was like, okay, and she's like, can I give you my number? I was like, yeah. We start talking, and she's like, I was like, so how did you find me? I'm curious. She's like, your football video, and I was like, oh my god, I'm great. And I was like, oh, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
We went on a date the other day too. It's going real well, Sam.
Fantastic.
I got 13 questions for you.
Alright.
Go for it. Lee can answer them. He's a voice.
I'm a talker.
We got a yapper on
Voice for
it.
the people.
Sometimes I don't even answer the question. I just make up just tell stories. Excuse me.
Tewksbury Sports Club, mainly. That's where I go.
I go there too.
No, I was gonna say, I think I've seen you there before. I couldn't.
Probably.
No, yeah.
So it's gonna be pretty good. I'm whiffing right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. He talked about he came back the next day and he made it, and how he was about that he was back out there the next day and made a kick from the same spot.
Wow, I didn't know that. I could have done without that information.
How about getting Dempsey back? What does that mean?
Oh,
What's he gonna do this next week?
Dempsey being back is huge. I mean, you could just see it just on defense. He didn't even play offense. Kids running around, like, not even just hitting the other team, he's hitting you as well. Like, kid just loves to hit something.
You involved in cooking at all?
To a degree, definitely not as much as I should be as an Italian, but I mean, I dabble a little bit. I think I can cook better than, I'd say, about 95% of the team.
What's your best dish?
Might be a meatball sub. I don't know. Oh, I can make a nice French onion soup though too. I can make a mean French onion soup. I'll put some French bread right from Panera. I'll grate some mozzarella in there too.
They always go Gruyere, traditionally.
I do, but I put mozzarella. I put mozzarella. And then grate a little Parmesan too.
Mozzarella cheese needs to go on anything that calls for cheese. If there's no cheese, there's an acceptable substitute.
Not at all. On record. I eat mozzarella cheese straight from the bag. Shredded, the balls, doesn't matter.
Or just, I take it, just that, basil, chop up some tomato, olive oil in there, and just have
Can't forget the olive oil.
Yeah.
Olive oil is a staple.
Caprese salad right there. I'm set.
See, I like to get maybe some prosciutto, some mortadella, and then I'll put some olive oil.
Yeah.
I'll throw some mozzarella, cut it in half. That's nice. I'll put some basil leaf, some mint. Perfect.
Liking it. Starting about 2 weeks away.
2 weeks away. We look good. I mean, that's hard. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to think here.
I don't know. I think that number 58 kid, I forget his name, is such a nice kid. I've never played, genuinely my whole entire life playing football, I've never played against a better football player in my life. Like, that kid was genuinely the best lineman I've gone against. And I've gone against, like, this one kid from Melrose who now plays at Stanford. Like, that kid was genuinely the best football player I've ever played in my life. The running back was one of the hardest kids I've ever tried to tackle.
My name is Hunter Sands. I play wide receiver, kicker, punter, and DB, and I'm going to be a senior. I'm ready, bro. I'm so happy it's coming back, and I'm just very excited to be playing again. I mean, it's a great atmosphere. I love all the guys I play with. A lot of people come out to watch the game, so you're kind of just representing your town and putting on a show for everybody to watch. Last season, yeah, it wasn't the best, but I want to go far and I want to, like, win. So it was freshman year, and it was the COVID year, and I got to play soccer and football, so I thought why not try it out?
Me and him, we would go to the high school and we'd just throw around the ball, and I was just like, you should play football, you should play football, you should play football. Like summer of going into our freshman year, I was just on him about playing football. And then after freshman year, he didn't have a great year. He was like, I don't know if I want to play. I'm like, if I'm playing, you're playing. And he's like, fine.
My parents, they were big athletes as well, so they wanted me to pick what I want. And they asked me at the end of my freshman year, I stuck with football, and I guess that turned out pretty well, huh?
I guess I'm mean, people will say. So he was very afraid to tell me. I was probably the last person that knew he didn't want to play soccer anymore and he wanted to play football. So I thought he was going to get crushed like a bug because in 8th grade he was not that big. So we brought in someone to train with him at home, but still kept saying like, are you sure you don't want to play soccer? Are you sure you don't want to play soccer? And then COVID year happened, and fabulously, there was no football in the fall. So he had to play soccer because there was no other sport to play. So he played soccer, and I kept saying, you love it, right? You want to play soccer? And he's like, no, I want to play football. And then winter 2 came along his freshman year, and he played football. And after that season, he had to choose. So he chose football.
Like, we have a lot of soccer. Like, my parents played soccer, I played soccer, my cousin played soccer, obviously Summer plays soccer. Like, we just had a lot of soccer equipment at the house that's just kind of left there. But yeah, I mean, me and my cousin play football now, but it was a lot of soccer.
He definitely came to us and said, how mad are you going to be if I decide I want to play football? And I said, well, obviously we've spent the last 13 years carting you around to soccer games and everything else, but you know, as long as you invite us to watch, we'll let you play football. But I think he was definitely sweating in a big way before he told us.
My grandfather was the Woburn High soccer coach at the time. I feel like he was definitely the one person I was a little nervous to tell. But hey, when I told him, he was actually pretty ecstatic.
So our whole family is a huge soccer family. His dad and I probably met when we were 5 years old at the Woburn soccer fields. His grandfather on his dad's side was the president of Woburn Youth Soccer. He was the varsity soccer coach for 15 years, at least, involved in Woburn High soccer for probably 30 years. So we had no football players in our family. I was a soccer player, my brothers and sisters were soccer players, his dad and his sister was a soccer player. Like, soccer was our lives. Everybody played soccer. So to have a football player was a big deal. And then to have to call his Papa Sands, and tell him that, you know, the first grandson, which Hunter is the first boy of the family on that side, was not going to play high school soccer and was going to play football. I think we were all a little bit afraid when he had to make that phone call to Papa. I will say Papa Sands only ever wore black and orange. He is Woburn through and through. And he would come to Hunter's football games and underneath his jacket had a Wilmington shirt that he said he would stop when he got to the Woburn line and change out of that shirt because people wouldn't accept he was wearing Wilmington. But for his grandson, he would be a Wilmington Wildcat when he came to the games.
Definitely progressed. Definitely getting better and better every year. I know he's been going to camps off season, just grinding. So, you know, you love to see that.
He's grown a lot. I remember freshman year, like, he was just one of those kids who just was sidelined. Like, even sophomore year, he was just one of the kids, JV, like, sat on the sideline, just like one of, like, the water boys. But, like, junior year and senior year, now you can start to see it, like, he's starting to, like, grow as a football player. Like, he hits, like, he gets some pretty great catches. Like, one Wakefield game last year, like, I think one-hand toe tap of disgusting.
I like the sideline a lot. I definitely feel like it's definitely my strong suit. I mean, I got a little quickness, but I feel like my best thing is my hands. Because, like, I'm able to get off people. I'm able to grab where most people can't. And honestly, just all around, just work around.
This jump from freshman to sophomore year was insane. His jump from sophomore to junior was huge, too. I can only imagine it as a senior. It's just going to be a huge jump, and there's definitely some college football potential there. Shout out Fitchburg State.
Great player, great kid.
Hunter, he's been doing amazing things both sides of the ball and kicking. You know, he's living up to expectation. He might have to work a little harder because we're expecting a lot, but.
He's a really, really great, like, well-mannered, very pleasant, nice kid, hardworking kid. Is a leader on the team and easily could be a captain, just because of the way he works and the way he goes about his business. He's not a super vocal guy, although he's kind of become more vocal this year as a senior, and that tends to happen with kids as they feel more comfortable and they feel like it's kind of their time and their team, especially through the tough times during preseason, like taking on that leadership role, pushing kids to get better, keeping kids accountable and expecting the effort during practice. So like he's going to be a very successful guy when he grows up.
My parents have always pushed me to be able to get me where I am today. My grandparents, they've always been super supportive. My sister has been there, and I appreciate her, even though she gets a little annoying, but I'll let it slide.
As a kicker, he's a really talented kid. It's funny, we kind of happened to fall upon that last preseason, and we're like, wow, he's good from like 35, 40, and he works really hard at it too. It's important to him. He's putting in a lot of work.
Arlington Catholic was the first home game. When I missed that one, I dreamt about that almost like every night.
That's a tough spot to put a kid in. This is in the NFL where the guys over on the sidelines warming up and getting ready and kicking into the net and whatever. Hunter's a kid that was out on the field and it's like, all right, go kick now. I think it was like a 48-yarder or something, right? I'd be lying if I said I expected him to make it, but it was our best shot at the moment. We thought if he really kind of got into one and stung one, he might have a chance to get it there.
I knew as soon as I kicked it that wasn't going in, and at that time, first actual field goal, I was nervous. It was a lot. It was like my second varsity game, and it just. There was a lot of emotions. I'm not gonna lie, I heard a lot of hate towards me when I missed that, saying, oh, I would have made that, and stuff like that. But when you make it, you look cool, so.
I felt bad because he's really hard on himself, and he was very upset after that.
And Hunter, if you're seeing this, stop yelling at yourself. You're a great player, great kid. You just gotta stop yelling at yourself.
It's like, dude, no one in this place expected you to make that, so you got put in a tough spot. It's outside of his range, and we knew that, but we felt like it was our best shot.
I went the day after and did that same kick and made it, and I actually was more mad that I made it then instead of that night.
So, I think he knows this too, but I wouldn't really call it his fault. It was more my fault. I the holds. So that's kind of why the ball went like that and short. I don't think anyone really knows that besides a couple of boys. But
how do you feel about if he gets another chance to win a game on it?
I mean, I'm pretty confident he's kicking it dead center, right down the middle, wherever he is, honestly.
I'm Antonio, I'm a senior, and I'm a D-end.
My name's AJ Chisholm, I'm a senior, and I play safety.
I'm Tiago Gomez, I'm a senior, and I play DB and receiver.
I'm Ali, senior, class of 2024. Play O-line, I'm a strong guard, and on defense, I play D-tackle.
I'm Braden Almas, I'm a quarterback, wide receiver, long snapper, free safety. I'm a senior.
I feel really good about the team. I think defensively, we have been very close and we've been able to communicate very well on the field and off. Offensively, we've been able to make those connections as well. Our quarterback Lawler's been doing phenomenal, getting the ball to our receivers. I'm feeling really good about this.
I like the team a lot. I think we got a lot of confidence going in after going 2-0 in the first week. We're not really used to that compared to last season, but now I think we're getting way more confident, aggressive.
We're doing pretty good, but we're not where we need to be at all. We're 2-0, but those were two teams that we should have beat by a lot more. Both of those teams should have been shutout games, and we didn't do it. So we need to get after it at practice this week, and we need to become better.
We're doing a lot better job than last year, energy-wise and skill-wise. I mean, last year we won 2 games in the last 2 games of the season. This year we started the season off with 2 wins. One thing we got to stop doing is underestimating people. This week we got a big week against Bishop Fenwick, one of the top 20 team in the state. But last week we thought we were just going to walk over Wachonah. Obviously Bishop Fenwick's a good game, amazing team. They have great running back, Anthony Nichols, who is a hard player to contain. But I think we can get the job done. I think we get our O-line back. We just need Chuckles. Elijah's going to be out for a few weeks, but we made some adjustments. But I think it's just going to be an offensive battle. Like our defense versus their defense is going to decide who wins the game. But I think it's going to be a lot of scoring at will from us.
They're a good team. We know that. We've seen their film. I'm sure they've seen film of us. We just got to go in there, play how we know we can play, and hopefully come out with a win.
That's going to be a tough game. They're a really good team, ranked 21st in the state and stuff like that. They get kids from all over. So I think it's going to be our hardest game of the season, but it'd be a really big one if we get that, because if we get that compared to all the other people, that's going to boost our confidence even better.
I'm excited for them. They're definitely our hardest test, but I genuinely believe we can win. I really do. I've been watching film a lot. Yeah, I think we have the better team, so hopefully we can go into 3-0. That'll be big.
You know, they are definitely a lot better than the 2 teams we have already faced, but I do have strong feelings about this game that it'll go well. I think we shouldn't play down or up to any team. We should play our level. I think we should be fine Friday.
I don't think anyone else believes in us, but that's kind of like how it's been this whole season. No one believes in us. We're just the underdogs. We've kind of always been the underdogs. So I think we got it.
This is Dom Juicy from WCTV. I'm here with Coach Turner after quite a rough game tonight. So, Coach, how do you feel about the game? What are your thoughts?
We just didn't really show up to play tonight. We made way too many mistakes, and physically they kind of handled us on defense. So Credit to them, they're a really good team. I don't think we put our best out there tonight, so back to the drawing board, get ready for Middlesex League play.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, the scoreboard says what it says, fellas. We can't change that now, but I'll tell you what, you can change the scoreboard in Watertown by bringing the energy and practice every day this week.
We'll be better off for it, okay? Our team is certainly not 33 points better than you. We played 33 points worse than them, though. That's for sure, okay? The amount of missed tackles, okay? You know, we're playing catch-up all night, okay? I'm not overly concerned because I know we didn't play well tonight. I know we didn't have a good week of practice. I know if we have our best that we can beat that team. I believe that, okay? I honestly believe that, okay? With all my heart, all right? So, we're okay. It's 1. We're 2-1. We're heading into league play. This is, you know, what do we say after non-league? 3-0 at 2-1. That's what we need. Okay, as a coaching staff, that was the goal. 3-0 at 2-1. That's what we wanted to go be at heading into the league.